Well, we're trying to kind of get a sense of the legacy that all of the history of partners within the firm have left, and understanding where it started, how much that influenced the way the firm is today. So maybe you could give us some history. Where did NAC start? What was its predecessors? And how did it all come together?
Well, going back to the Trogdon-Smith era, I got out of the military in the early 60s and came back to Spokane to start my architectural career. A firm called Trogdon-Smith. That particular time, they had a joint venture with an architect by the name of Heilman in Spokane to do the new airport terminal at Spokane International Airport. We did a lot of joint venture work. Probably the most audacious project that a bunch of businessmen from a small town in eastern Washington could think of was that they could actually stage an international fair. There was a joint venture put together essentially then for the design and planning of the Expo 74 grounds. I think at one point I counted there were 40 separate construction contracts going on that site simultaneously. And it was up to us basically to keep them all moving in the same direction. The cooperation among the firms was phenomenal. Of course, we were all down there planting flowers the night before the fair. The architects were out there with the groundskeepers making sure we got the pansies in the ground. So everybody had a part in it. It was really a community effort. All of this, at some point, came around to the fact that in the, I guess it would be the late 70s, there was a major school project in Spokane to replace 13 elementary schools with a prototypical school. And this was part of a design competition, actually. But in order to really show the muscle to do this work, we needed a bigger firm. So we joint ventured with two other firms to attack this school project. So we had this ongoing joint venture of Northwest Architectural Company, which was doing the school project, and yet we were all still maintaining our own individual firms and competing head to head, quite frankly, for a lot of other projects. It was exciting, but you could only maintain it for about so long, and you had to finally make a decision which direction you were going to go. So it was at that point that we decided to merge, to make an actual merger. The firms were TSG Architects, Tanbrook Kundig Architects, and we first came together as NAC. Basically, we had 11 equal partners. So I guess you could say that my background and kind of the predisposition was toward a collaborative type of architecture. It was not who's the big design guru that we're going to build the firm around, but how can we bring together groups of people that can do whatever job is needed for a variety of clients. But having 11 equal architectural partners is kind of the definition of the term herding cats. Architects by their nature are independent thinkers. There's a whole lot of things that go into that. What was interesting was, as conservative as they were willing to take the risk because they saw that there was really no future without taking the risk. Without moving to Seattle, we were not going to support 11 full principals in Spokane because there wasn't that much work in Spokane. So if we were going to be an organization, we were going to have to do something other than what we had been doing. NAC, of course, originally was Northwest Architectural Company. and it was Northwest Architectural Company, because as we came together in those early years, we did not want it to be associated with the names of a bunch of individuals. We wanted it to be something that could continue to evolve and carry forward as an entity. If we were going to do that, we had to structure it so it could change, and that's going to mean taking some risks, but there's also risks in not taking risks. I'm terribly proud of what I can look and see the firm as it is today. I can no longer take any real credit for what it is today, because there's been a lot of years in the meantime under obviously strong leadership and strong commitment by a whole lot of people. And the fact that the firm has been able to do that, I take a lot of pride in, but I'm delighted when I look at the portfolio of things that the firm is doing and the areas it's moving into, the directions it has taken in moving forward in the energy areas, the sensitivity to the environment issues, the ability to work with the clients. I think all of these things hopefully had their roots back then, but have been taken, I think, far beyond what I ever could have imagined this was going to turn out to be.